Greetings. I'm Dave Throgmorton, Director of the Carbon County Higher Education Center. I'm not going to lie. Do you ever have that point, remember when you were in school and you had a paper that was due and you thought, wait a minute, I wrote something about this a couple years ago. So you dig through your garbage or your file or whatever and you find it, kind of work out the wrinkles, maybe add a few things in and turn it in. And if you're still in school, you may have done that last semester. Well, that's what I'm doing today. I'm cheating. But like most cheaters, I have an excuse for cheating. It was a really long week at work this week. I have a little history piece that I was preparing. I think you're going to like it. I think it's something that you probably don't know anything about, and I think it's kind of cool, but it's not ready for prime time, and I'm sorry I didn't have time to get it ready for prime time. So I'm cheating. But you need to know, I'm so proud to be standing with the professional educators in Carbon County who are keeping the flames of education burning bright for our students. The Carbon District number 1, Carbon County Higher Ed, here in Rollins, down in Little Snake River. I've got to tell you, these folks are doing everything they possibly can to make sure that our students have access to education. They have risen to the occasion. And so have the students by and large. They've risen to the occasion. They've done what they're supposed to do. We've been laying in plans now for what's going to happen next semester. A little bit of ambiguity around that as well. But you can be assured that by the time next semester rolls around, there will be a plan, and it will be a good one. But my cheating is this. I'm going to show you a little slideshow. You're going to find out very quickly that I'm not a photographer. There are 3 slides in here that are exceptional. My wife took them. She is a photographer. Yeah, you'll know them immediately. The slides are in no particular order, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you something that I wrote about 2 years ago, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to cover up the camera while I read and enjoy the slideshow. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, the annexation of Texas, the Louisiana Purchase. These 3 treaties make up the bulk of the geographical place that is the contiguous United States of America. And these 3 treaties intersect in Carbon County, Wyoming. This is a stark place, a dramatic place. In this place, rain flows neither to the Pacific nor to the Atlantic. This is a place where settlers moving west either buckled down and forced themselves forward, or decided to listen to their more rational selves and return home. A few did neither, and settled in this huge, beautiful, and unforgiving landscape to create a life and a community. In this place, Father De Smet, the first Jesuit missionary to Indian country, carved his name into Independence Rock in 1841. In this place, thousands of anonymous Chinese, Finnish, Irish, Polish, and Italian workers labored to build the railroads that united the east and west of the new United States. In this place, General Fremont surveyed and marked the passages that would become the Overland and Oregon trails, guiding thousands of pioneers to Oregon and California. In this place, Mormon refugees from Missouri found the strength to push on toward their promised land in Utah. In this place, the last sad conflicts between Native Americans and pioneers worked themselves out to the benefit of pioneers and the lasting sorrow of the indigenous people. In this place, Ella Watson was lynched by the Sweetwater River, and it was here that Wyoming's first woman physician, Lillian Heath, healed the sick and repaired the injured. In this place, Jim Baker, perhaps the most intrepid and courageous of the famed mountain men, built the first permanent cabin in Wyoming in the Little Snake River Valley. In this place, Thomas Edison's imagination was sparked by what he described as the ever-present possibility of peril. In this place, Amelia Earhart paused for refreshment and fuel on her solo transcontinental flight. In this place, miners and entrepreneurs ripped millions of dollars worth of gold and copper ore from the mountainside, adding to the growing nation's wealth. In this place, uranium miners fed the growing nuclear industry in post-World War II, building entire towns that, like the early railroad towns, were abandoned to time and nature when their usefulness was exhausted. In this place, roustabouts and engineers fueled the nation with oil and natural gas sucked from deep beneath the landscape. And in this corridor between east and west, wind power is being harnessed to continue the tradition of fueling the nation. Carbon County has been and is important. That may be partly a fluke of geography, partly a fluke of geology, but it is mostly because of the women and men who have found this spot of raw beauty to be stirring and intoxicating, and who have chosen to carve out their lives in this place. Thank you for letting me cheat this week. I'll have another piece of history next week. Thank you very much for watching.